the kicker. Bury me now and I only get bigger. That's worth of my what up, what up, what up. Positive vibes, maybe. PVM talk show. Live in New York for the umpteenth time. Jeide track. How you living? How you doing? Hope you enjoying this beautiful Wednesday. The weather is so fly. Make sure that y'all out here getting y'all motherfucking great dose of all the vitamins that sunshine allows for us motherfuckers to soak up. You dig what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Tonight, we're gonna be talking about the little things, you know what I'm saying? Kang, what's going on with you, fam? You know? Speaking of which,
my bad, guys.
we tag, or I should say invite, you know what I'm saying, our folk in. It's a couple folk. And bring the topic up. We can tag the topic. Bing, bang, bang. How's everybody doing though? It's the little things. I hope y'all able to get some sunshine. I truly do. If y'all weren't able to get some sunshine, some of that radiance on your skin, I do hope you're able to get out, get some of this fresh air. You know what I'm saying? Now, we in the city. So, everybody ain't but so fresh as far as that is concerned, but I can breathe, you know what I'm saying? Be blessed that you got lungs to breathe. You know what I mean? Another day of life, sunshine, and growth. Damn straight. Damn straight. Dash, I'm about to tag you in. Oh, listen, for those that don't know, got a little surprise.
What up?
Woo-wee!
How you feeling? How you feeling?
Oh, man, I'm feeling gravy, but I ain't feeling as good as you feeling, my nigga. How you feeling?
I'm feeling new. I'm feeling new. It's a weird feeling. I'm still getting used to it. Well, yeah, I'm still getting used to it. Well, it's different. It's different. I'm liking it. I'm liking it so far. You know, it's definitely helping where I wanted to help with. So, yeah.
I dig it.
Something new. You know, closing old chapters for new beginnings. You know, let it.
Yes, sir. Shout out to it. You know what I mean? You looking sharp, my nigga. You looking real sharp.
Yo, I appreciate that. You looking clean yourself.
Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I gotta get the bowling ball in, you know what I'm saying? Ready to make strikes out this motherfucker.
Oh shit. I know, right?
You know what
So
I'm
I'm
saying?
gonna have to get the towel and everything, start washing this joint like
You feel me? You feel me? Von Brown, what up, man? I know that you was just joking, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's all love. What's going on with you, King? What's going on, media man? What up?
good.
Jay, how you doing, love? How everybody doing?
But let's get into it. Like the little things.
Yes,
So
sir.
well how did you want to introduce how this topic came up? Because I don't even remember it from when it was in a group chat message. But I don't know like what was the origin of it.
I want to say Chef brought up the topic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, all right. So the little things, you know, like so the little things. We talking about the appreciation of them, you know, that go unsaid, unnoticed, you know, in any relationship. And it's the things that you appreciate the most and how near and dear they are to your heart, you know. And with that in mind, I actually talk about like some things like my mom do for me that go unannounced, you know, like the little things she do for me. Because it all add up, but at the time I really don't appreciate it in the moment, you know, because like sometimes she even do me the favor of making like my lunch for me for work because, you know, I'm doing 13 hours at the job. So like sometimes I'm just too tired. Like I just come home, crash and whatnot. And she'll just fix up my joint that way. Like when I wake up early in the morning, I ain't running around, you know, at God, no, first thing in the morning, you know, like trying to put together something so I can take out to work. Sometimes it's even like reminding me like about like upcoming events I got going on, you know, or just, you know, kind of being like my calendar of like different activities that's happening in my life, you know, and just kind of keeping me update with things because like sometimes I lose track of the dates, in the times where I'm just like, you know, we, as you do certain things, you kind of get to the point where like days start to merge into one. And she'll actually be that person for me to be like, wait, don't you have such and such this day, you know, or it's this day, you know, like make sure you remember this is next week. So it's those small things that I appreciate the most from her, you know, like this, you know.
I feel that. I feel
Is
that.
there a person in your life that do that for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Right now, my lady, hands down, absolutely. But you know, that would be for obvious reasons, of course. You know what I mean? Before I even jump to the next, I wanna say like one of the things that she does as far as the little things are concerned, she'll allow space for me. You know what I mean? Like I might be going whatever I'm going through, whatever in my head, you know what I'm saying? And she'll allow me the space for me to get it off my chest, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that because it's one thing that I don't appreciate is not being heard or listened to when there's a situation or a circumstance in which it it's meant to, or a person allocates or volunteers their time and space for listening to happen, but it doesn't happen. I hate that. For all that, just leave me alone. Like I go rifle through my thoughts by myself. I'm cool. I'm not begging nobody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't begging nobody for me to have any type of therapy sessions. I'm not begging nobody for catharsis. I'm not begging nobody for nothing. But I do appreciate her deeply and sincerely for allowing me the space for me to just to be, you know what I mean, unapologetically. But it's not only her. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? I appreciate you, Chev, Murph, Juice. Juice, for example, he hits me up every once in a while just to check on me. I still gotta hit him back. You know what I mean? That's a little thing. That's not even a little thing, but it could be just a few seconds. And it's just like, yo, I just called to check up on you. I appreciate that. I really do. That means a lot. You know what I'm saying? Um, the Wednesdays and the Sundays that we have on PVM, yo, I appreciate it. You know what I mean? Sometimes it can feel like work. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it, if I'm going to be completely honest. But there hasn't been an
No,
instance,
that feeling sudden.
right? But it hasn't been an instance in which we've done it that I felt, oh man, this shit, I could have done something better with my time type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's always worth something at the end when we push through and we do it. You know what I mean? Chev the same, hitting me up, checking up on me, letting me know things is going down in the city. You know what I mean? Keeping me tapped in. You know, Murph, you know what I'm saying? Just being an authentic and thorough individual. And every time that we do get a chance to link up and talk, it's always words of wisdom that's coming from him effortlessly. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. It's a lot of little things, if you will, that I appreciate from the people in my life. You know what I mean? And I want to destigmatize that too, because it's not. It's little, I guess, in the grand aspect of things, if you want to put things into a certain capacity. But man, this shit ain't little, man.
No.
Man,
It really is the most important stuff. It just doesn't get the notoriety that it should get, like, because it's really almost a testament of a person's feelings and genuine love for you by the things they do for you. Because it's really, as you said, taking the time and space for you, but also like taking the time to remember things about you and who you are to your core, like, and the things that you actually enjoy, not the things I enjoy doing with you, like the things you enjoy or the things that's beneficial to you that's going to be empowering for you as a person, you know. Because like you said, like well, I'm thankful for all y'all. Like everyone, all y'all give me different reasons to be thankful for. Like, and y'all do things like for me, like as a man too. Like the way y'all hold me accountable for my actions and my words, you know, and
word.
like even like for my business, like, and just holding me to like deadlines and things like that I need to do. Like I do be counting on y'all for that. Like, and it is refreshing, like to have y'all as like a source to depend on for that. Like, because I know like sometimes I can get lax. You know, like sometimes life happens. I just get, you know, I just get too relaxed and I kind of steer off the road. You know, and you know, I'll start letting my dreams and stuff subside a little bit, you know, when I should be buckling down. And it's good to have like that force spoon, like, yo, bro, what you doing? Like, pick your shit up. Like, I need you to do this. Or you said you was going to have this by this time, you know. And that just kind of staying on my mind is like good for me because it's like, not only do I not want to let y'all down, I don't want to let myself down. So it's like a 3-for-1. Just like, damn, I ain't let me down. I let us down. Like, so it's like, I ain't trying to hold everybody back, you know. And that accountability just weighed on me even more to be like, nah, push through it, you know. Like, even those moments where I'm just like, I'm tired of shit, man. All I want to do is close my eyes. Like, I'll be like, look, let me at least write down a paragraph and I could just, you know, wake up earlier tomorrow and try to jot down something. But let me at least do something, like. And it's those moments that I really hold near and dear to my heart. And like even like with Murph, like how you said, Murph is one of the authentic guys I know. Like he a straight shooter, like no bullshit. And I really appreciate that because I'm a person who I'm not giving you the bullshit. Like however I feel in the situation, that's how you gonna internalize hear my reaction. Yeah. Like, but I appreciate people who can just shoot it off the cuff, like don't have to filter in anything. Because like to me, that almost brings back my childhood because that's where I grew up off of, you know, like filter, straight honesty, you know. And I appreciate him for that because like even when I don't even necessarily agree with what he's saying, I take hold to what he's saying. I'll be like, all right, you know what? Maybe, you know, like, like, and I actually sit with it because he said it, you know. And then like with Quick is just like kind of like that big bro I needed growing up. So like having him in my life is like real thorough because like he give me that person I can just kind of just like bounce like certain ideas that I think are a little off the wall, but when I'm rapping it with him, he get it, and that's nice and refreshing to have someone that just like understand like my quirkiness and just can be like and give me back some quirkiness where I'm just like, oh okay, yeah. And make me think outside the box even more. So yeah, I definitely appreciate all you guys. Like I love y'all, you know. Like
Man, that's a fact. I love you too, man. I love all my family. Believe that. J Rose, what's going on with you, love? You know
wait, I ain't even break down Chev. And then Chev, that's family. That's blood. You know, Chev, my brother, you know. Like that's my therapist, my manager, you know, my bro. Chev is like a listening ear and a nice word of advice, you know, like he gonna shoot to me straight too, but he gonna let me get my shit off and let me sound as crazy as I want to sound before he give me that feedback, like, and I appreciate that, like.
yeah, fact. That's a super fact. You know what I'm saying? So let me ask you this, man, because like there's this connotation with little. Let me ask you this. Let me go straight off the gun bus or whatnot, man. How significant in understanding what the little things are to you? How significant are grand gestures?
Um, okay, so
Like,
grand
what do they
gestures to
like? Not even just how significant, but what do they mean to you? Like, would you look at it in a way like like you're doing too much, you're trying too hard, or whatever? Like what do they?
no, quite the opposite. See, grand gestures to me mean a lot, like, and that actually, and to me, it don't even have to be that grand of a gesture. Like, it just got to be something of appreciation. So, all right, so I'm gonna tell you about this one situation because it's just the first one that's coming off the top of my mind when it comes to the grand gestures. But in my last relationship, Shorty, she surprised me. Like, I came home from work and laying on the bed was 2 packages of black beaters, t-shirts, and a new belt and a wallet on top. And that just meant the world to me because it was all stuff I already was saying, like, yo, I gotta go pick up. And then like I was looking at my wallet at the time, which was beat up, and I was saying, yeah, I gotta get a new John like ASAP before I'm losing money. You know, and I kept saying it to myself, like I was gonna get to it this weekend, but I was never getting to it because, you know, life was just getting in the way, and you know, different things was coming up, and it wasn't really that much of an urgency, you know, to get it. But when I came home that day and seeing that she had got it for me, that meant the world to me. You know, even though it wasn't the grandest of gifts, it, you know, it touched my heart because it was just like, damn, you was listening to me, and you know, How about you? You had any moments that like stood out to you where it made you appreciative?
You said what? You got to bring that last part back to me. It's like mad trafficky.
Oh, okay. I said you had any moments where you felt appreciated or like someone did a grand gesture for you?
A grand gesture. I'm weird with receiving gifts, so it ain't hard for a gift to be a grand gesture for me. I'm weird with receiving gifts, and I've realized that it's probably steeped in the trauma, like going for so long in my family without receiving gifts because times were hard for whatever reason. But when my lady got me a robe, that was a grand gesture. Like
Ooh.
I don't be expecting much from a lot of people. You feel me? I really don't. Really don't. I look at something that I say that I want, and I work towards it. I speak it into existence. So I'm either going to get it immediately or I'm going to get it in time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she caught wind of the fact that I rock with robes. I didn't even tell her outright. She was just paying attention to me. Got me a robe. I appreciate it. That was a grand gesture to me. You know
Yo,
what
that should be meaning the most. Like, cause it'd be the stuff. It'd be the stuff that you don't even say to them that they pay attention to that hit you the hardest.
I'm saying?
So I can't see the comments, but I can see the comments. Like I can't scroll
I
up there.
got you. Got you. There's a few of these Jones. I'm gonna pick the ones that are relevant to where we are in the conversation right now. Pardon me, y'all. But we gotta keep things flowing and going and moving and grooving and shaking and baking. You dig? You know what I mean? So J Rose, aka My Crumble Thought, said grand gestures can be great with the right intentions. Intent is everything. We appreciate that. That's a fact. Intent is absolutely everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Because of that statement, because of that comment, I should say. Let me ask you something. Have you ever been in a situation in which there was a gesture that was presented to you with good intent, but it wasn't received well because it was something that you either didn't care about, didn't like, or you was just like, where was your head at?
Hmm. If it was met with, I can't recall off the top of my head. I know I had situations that I thought, well, see, I had a grand gesture which I thought was a grand gesture, but it was really ill intent on the other person's behalf. Just I was unknowing it to that. I was unknowing at that time that it wasn't as I was presuming it to be, you know. But oh, damn. Let me ponder that for a minute. Let me ponder that for a minute. Do you got one off the top of your head?
Let's see. I guess I could go back to my young boy days, you know what I'm saying, when hormones were still raging and I was inexperienced and like a kiss was everything and a hug was just second rank to a kiss, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, that was true. That was true.
feel me? So I was young, I was probably like maybe 12, 11, 10, somewhere around there. And there was a young lady that I was fond of. You know what I mean? Her name was Rose. I think, if I'm not mistaken, her name was Rose. And she was a chocolate, beautiful little African. You know what I mean? Gorgeous. You know what I mean? We in the same age. Gorgeous. I met her at my cousin's born day party, and she was cool as shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we had chemistry. We cooling. Beautiful, great. Didn't get a number because I was dumb shy when I was young. Not shy, but I was dumb reserved, I should say. I was dumb reserved. I overthought a lot of things. I'd be in a situation looking and trying to figure out how to talk to a woman and let the opportunity go by because I spent so much time trying to figure out how I'm going to say something, what I'm going to say, da. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the next time I met up with her, the energy was shifted. She wasn't like it was like the chemistry just fizzled or whatever. I wasn't really intuiting that well, so I was just figuring like maybe whatever. I don't know. So one day, my homies and I, we riding our bikes. We go up to the apartment complex that my cousin stayed. You know what I mean? My cousin who throws these born day parties, and she had Rose come up. I don't know how. I guess they were really close. I don't know. So I see Rose. I'm like, oh, Rose, what's up? I go like this, like, what's up? I ain't see you in a little. Yeah, what's up? She hit me with the
heart piece in the heart. Damn, Rose.
nah, but check me out. So, all right, I feel played. I'm like, damn. So we chill. Now, mind you, I'm with my homeboys. So we about to leave. We get up on the bikes. You know what I mean? I get my hugs from everybody, except for her, of course. Whatever. I don't know if it's something I did. Whatever. I'm about to get up on the bike and go to Wawa. You know what I'm saying? No, it wasn't even Wawa at the time. It was 7-Eleven. Go to 7-Eleven, get me a slushie, a chili dog. You know what I'm saying? I'll be good. You know what I'm saying? I get on my bike. My homeboys, one of my homeboys, his name was Joe. He gets on his bike. He pulls off. The minute he hits the corner that's leading outside of the complex, I'm like maybe 20 yards away from him, something like that. I hear, wait, come back. So I turn around. I stop my bike, turn around. I'm like, me? Yeah.
Rose?
I'm like, all right. So my dumb ass goes and pedal right back. You know what I'm saying? I go back. Rose talking about, no, actually, she didn't even say it. My cousin was like, she wants to give you a hug. I'm like, all right, cool. Rose give me one of these joints. She was like,
oh, nah, you can keep that.
oh,
I don't even want that.
oh.
Like, I need a heart woman, you know. I want the good grip too. Like, I don't want the drawing where you poke your ass out, you know, like.
We ain't finished. I go for it. Oh, I hate half-ass hugs. I really hate half-ass hugs. Half-ass hugs are disgusting. You ain't got to touch me. I ain't got to touch you. We ain't got to fake the funk for nothing. Straight up.
No, you really don't.
Girls, keep that energy to yourself. Yeah. But I'm young, so I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not cute in that way. So I take the hug. Oh, it was disgusting. Ugh. Whatever. Get back on my bike. Pedal off. Go to 7-Eleven, right? All the homies, we at 7-Eleven. We getting our junk food and all that. I say, yo, Joe, they was calling us back. Joe was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, oh, why didn't you turn back? It's like, oh, because, you know, she was calling me for some reason. I guess she wanted to talk to me or something like that. When she was calling me, she was calling for me. I just turned the corner because I didn't want to go back.
Oh, damn. Yo, that is wild. Damn, Jeide, and did you pedal back too? Yeah. Yeah, that was a rough night for you. Damn, Jeide. All right.
Bad.
Damn. Like, I almost want to push her down myself, like for you, like. Out of here, Rose.
Bad, bro. It was
damn.
Bad.
All right, so I'm gonna tell you about a situation where I kind of felt like where I felt like the intent wasn't as how I viewed it, you know, because I couldn't really recall the memory as you suggested. So I'm gonna take you back to like my early 20s now. Yeah, place you on the scene. We were in Philadelphia, and I'm dating this one girl, and at the time, her and her family moved to a separate state, so obviously she had to move with them, you know. So she moved to another state. I stayed in Philadelphia. I started dating a new girl. Word that I'm dating this new girl gets back to old girl that I broke up with because she moved. Then, so old girl, she hits me up, tells me she coming up to visit, you know, sets the scene, like give me good play, you know, like I feel like she's coming to see me, you know. Whole time she just coming to, you know, to see whatever situation I got and nick that shit right in the ass. Like, So she comes back to the city. We spend the day together. She tells me that she's gonna stay with some family. So I'm like, okay. So I think our night is over, and I'm thinking I'm about to connect with the girl I'm dating at the time. But old girl, she hits me up, tells me for some reason they're not picking up their phone. So now she's asked out. So now, like the gentleman in me feels like, yo, I gotta offer you a place to stay because you came all this way to come visit me. So let me not, make the situation tight and invite, old girl. I'm not gonna invite the girl I'm dating with you there. I'll keep y'all separate. No, nobody needs to meet. Nobody needs to, coordinate. Nobody needs to do all that shit. Let her stay at my house for the night. At some point, she sneaks up to the bedroom, climbs in the bed. Obviously, I'm young, so, hormones took over. We did what adults do. So, early in the morning, like very early in the morning, the girl I'm dating, she just calls me. But old girl, here's the phone and answer it before I'm like fully alert to like recognize that the phone is ringing and go like, oh no, he's occupied, and she started having a whole conversation with the girl like, no, like we're pretty serious, like, like really like going there, like killing the whole vibe I was cultivating with this other girl, and it's just like, oh. And then, like she hangs up the phone, and like at this point, like I'm alert of what's happening. And like she quickly hangs up the phone. She was like, yeah, tells me like one of my friends ratted me out that I was dating somebody and she was going to nick that shit in the butt. And I was like, this was a grand gesture. You got me. Like, and then played me the whole time, like, gave me the whole sentiments of I miss you, giving me the whole romantic vibes and everything. And I was like, afterwards, I felt so used, Jeide. I felt so used. Like, I was like, damn. It was despicable. Well, I can't hear you no more. Well, I'm saying I'm putting up the
Shit, my
phone,
bad.
but I can't hear you.
There was a lot of shit going on. I had it on mute so that we could hear you talk, but I said no bueno, no bueno.
Yeah. I know, it was ruthless, It was one of them early lessons in life where I was just like, okay, I got to start reading the tea leaves better, and start reading the signs better. Like, I could have probably anticipated that had I been more aware of what was happening, or her agendas, and what inspired it all. Like,
Yes.
I probably would have been more alert. But I was thinking with my dick instead of with my head, so like,
Hey, man, look, it happens to the best.
yeah, like,
You know what I'm saying?
like,
Comments though. So Simply J said, yes, the little things be the best when your significant other pretends not to be listening.
oh shit.
That's a fact. That's a super fact. You know what I'm saying? Tion Wells said, I feel the same here. That's me now still. I believe that was in reference to, you know what I mean, not being like, I guess, fully aware of, women in the way that they maneuver with chemistry and how it potentially ebbs in and out to and fro and just still being on yesterday's time instead of, you know what I'm saying, today's chronological movements and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's tough. Now that's a difficulty. I think that's something like as single men. Well, me and Tion being single men, you're in a relationship, man. Like it's hard to navigate nowadays. Like especially nowadays, like with everything changing, like you never know who you're dealing with. And each woman is different, and they come with their own rhythm and beat to them. Like that you got to kind of figure out and figure out how she tick. Like some things are going to mean more to a different woman than they are to the next. So that's also tough to navigate. And then like that early stage is always rough too because like they are mirrors of what you want to see too. So you kind of gotta be mindful of that too throughout them early stages. Like she is trying to mirror what she thinks I want to see out of her. So like, is this the real her or is this like the version of her that she thinks I want to see? So that's that's the tough part. So
It is crazy, man. It's crazy. But you know what? What's let me inverse the question. First of all, the Bouquet Junkies, what's going on with you, family? Pretty Rude, what's going on with you, love? Thank you for joining us.
I know, right? Thank y'all for joining us. Real
Let me
time.
Let me inverse the question. Have you ever done a grand gesture that in your mind was the thing, but in her mind was like, I ain't asked for this. Or I would have been good with something simpler. Or whatever the case.
Yeah, yeah. All right. All right. I'll go actually back to my last relationship with that, because I can just really recall an event with that. I had a situation like where me and Shorty, we was like having an argument that day. And it was over something small, but it got so big that by like midday that day, we was like at each other's throats. And we had plans to link that night, but at that point we had, I guess, called them off to an extent. And I had a plan because I was at work at the time, and we was like going back and forth. The whole argument was through text, and we going back and forth, and it's getting bad. And at one point, I'm at work. I just stopped texting, and I was just like, you know what, I ain't going to even hit her up no more. And I was kind of in my bag, about the whole situation. But by the time I got off, I was feeling some type of way that she hadn't decided to reach back to me within them hours to like try to grab my attention again. I was just like, well, damn. Normally, even when I'm still mad, she'll still double back and still like be the initiator, like to try to get me through my vent, like especially when I feel like I'm right. Um, and I was standing on the laurels because I knew I was right in that argument. So I was just like, no, she gonna have to initiate this, but she didn't initiate it, so it hit me. And by that time, a good 3 or 4 hours had passed, so I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna pull up on her, and I'm just gonna slide up on her right after work. Now I had a plan that afternoon for some studio time that I already had booked and everything, and I already had told her I was gonna go down there and do the session and whatnot. So when she pulled home in her driveway, she seen my car parked out and threw her. And she was just like, why are you here? And I was just like, I'm trying to fix the situation. She was just like, we could have fixed this when you was done your shit. Like, why did you fuck up your money and waste your money? Now you out all them dollars and we still not going to fix this right now. And I was just like, like, it didn't work out for me. I mean, we did work out that argument, but, like, obviously that shit didn't work out in the long run. But like, yeah, I was out the money, and she still wasn't impressed with the situation. Like the grand gesture I had in mind, like how she was going to be feeling like this overwhelming of love and feel like, oh, okay, I picked her before my work, like she would feel some type of way, like I didn't get none of that energy at all. And it was just, at the moment, it dumbfounded me, where I was just like, huh? Like, how are you not impressed by this? Like, you should be impressed by this. Like that was $700. Like I walked away from, like, to be here for you. Like, what you mean? Like, and her mind, she would just say, well, why wouldn't you handle your business? Like, and I was just like, because you're more important than the business. And it would be, and her response was, I could be more important, but handle that first, and then you could get to me. And it was just like, damn, like, this is not what I was looking for in this moment. This is not how I was expecting to be reciprocated for these actions, like, so. How about you? Have you had a moment?
I did, but let me get to these comments real quick. So Tion Wells said, my oblivious don't know when I'm being flirted on. I'm awkward. I dig it. It be mad nuanced out here, so I feel you. I ain't mad at that. I feel you, you know what I'm saying? Pretty Rude said, we all have different love languages. Wasting money isn't logical to a mature person. That's for real.
Learned that the hard way.
Huh?
I said I learned that the hard way.
Hey, listen, most people do.
Yeah.
Most people have to learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel you. But I want to say, a grand gesture for me, it's a little different because this wasn't an intimate relationship per se, but a grand gesture for me was that it was grand to me, but the way it was received, I was just like, huh? Was So this was actually pretty recent. Somebody who used to be my brother, you know what I mean, who I was like real cool, real close with, you know what I'm saying? And I think I already talked about this on the live, you know what I mean? He been going through some dark shit, you know what I'm saying? I've been going through some dark shit. It got to a point that it was too many interactions, one too many interactions that felt too volatile for me. And I'm at a space right now where, look, I ain't got time for the bullshit. Like, I had a high level of tolerance for a lot of stuff a few years ago. I ain't there no more. And I don't apologize for it. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a lot of smoking fires. And listen, my nigga, a lot of smoking fires. And I'm going to be right there at all them bridges with marshmallows making s'mores. You fucking hear me? You know
I like that. I like that energy too.
For real. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me doing either the petty thing or the passive aggressive thing or, you know what I'm saying, by you know what I'm saying, I was like, you know what? Let me at least send a message to him. I sent a voice message. I sent several voice messages to him, broke down my entire situation, let him know things that other cats don't even know about what I'm going through. And then I told him at the end, I'm like, yo, so when I said, because I already told him before this, I told him, listen, man, the way you talking to me, man, we good. Like, you need to be in the space where you heal. I need to be in the space where I heal. We link up again when it makes sense. You know, yeah. We both in a better place. When I tell you that homeboy waited for a week and then responded with a voice message talking about this and the third, like, damn, they're snapping on me.
Still hostile?
And I'm like, and then he said something about, oh man, I ain't never had nobody check me, or you know what I mean, you gonna check me or something. I'm like, bruh, hold on. In back of my head, I'm like, so you can check me, but I can't check you?
Right. Where is that logical?
We can't be brothers. Like, I'm like, yo, we with that statement alone, we can't be brothers. Because brothers are supposed to check each other. So the minute you go off on a tangent talking about I ain't never been checked or you trying to check me, oh nigga, I know exactly what this is about. I know this shit bullshit. This shit bullshit. It might have been thorough once upon a time, but it ain't no more. You know what I mean?
And some people you just outgrow, like, and some people you just have to let go, like, and those moments will show you, like, those moments will show you, like, and that's real, like, because I hate a person who can't get checked, you know, or feel like they can't be checked, because the check-ins are beneficial and they necessary, like, they keep you from exploding and your ego being enormous. And honestly, if you my family, and I'm saying you my family, you entitled to check me, like. Well, I'm expecting you to check me, you know, if I get out of hand. Like, you know me well enough to be like, yo, you out of character. Bring it back in, you know, like. And if you come off to me aggressive, yeah, I'm just naturally going to come off aggressive back. Like, that's just nature. That's just human nature. But what fucking me up is the week long response and still having the energy. Like, at the week, I expect you to come, like, more clairvoyant and be like, all right, you know, like, more understanding about the situation and be like, all right, you know what, we'll just make it happen when it happens, you know, whenever our paths cross, but, you know, not with no still hostile energy, you know. Not when time set on it.
Yeah, that's true. Let me jump back into these comments. There's a couple more comments I want to touch on. You know, Miss Luminous, what's going on with you, love? She said, facts. You know, real recognize real. This shit ain't no fucking rocket science, man. Like, what are we doing here, man? If we here having mature interactions, mature conversations, and mature circumstances by which we can grow, because we all want to fucking grow.
We got no choice to grow.
For the bullshit. Ain't no space for the kindergarten shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no space for that shit no more. You know what I mean? Tion Wells said, everyone has space to grow and learn. Iron sharpens iron.
Facts. That's why I always preach, like, you are your circle, like, you are the people you keep around you, you know, like, if I can't check you, like, why would I want that energy around me? You know, like I don't want to be in a position where I feel like I can't be checked or someone can't tell me something. You know, like and now I feel like you set me up for failure at that time. Like I always look at those rappers who always have the yes men around them, you know, and I'll be like, you know what, they fucked. Because you need people around you that's just gonna be honest with you, you know, and that's just gonna be just gonna shoot it to you square. Like how y'all do for me, you know, like y'all shoot it to me how it is. Like if it's trash, it's trash. You know, if I'm doing something that's whack, you gonna let me know, yo, Dash, that shit is whack. Get your shit together, you know, like
Yeah.
and tell me like where I'm fucking up, like, and you need that in your circle, like. But if I got all yes men who telling me like, yeah, no, you doing that, you killing it, you know, like I'm doomed, you know, like I'm walking in the circle because I'm gonna be thinking I'm doing everything right. I'm not gonna be fucking up relationships, fucking up business, fucking up everything, you know, all in the sense of thinking I'm in right because no one has the gumption to be honest with me, and you know, actually give me a talking to. You know.
Well said.
Hit me on one.
Right. Well said. 'Cause once again, man, if we talking grown, if we living grown, this shit is not all about, oh man, I want to make you feel good. I don't want to make you feel. Listen, man, sometimes the truth hurt. Sometimes the truth hurt. I know what it's like to not want to be the bearer of truth in all instances, especially when it regards itself in being harsh. Because I am I am an empath. I am emotionally connected to those that I love. You know what I mean? I don't want to have people that I love be feeling some type of way. Or, you know what? It really is. I don't want nobody that I love to take what I'm saying either out of context or to apply it in such a way that A, is not linked to a better way that I could verbally express it, or B, is linked to how they personally attribute it to themselves. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that. I love you. Why would I want that?
But sometimes you do got to be harsh with them, you know, like, and that's part of love too, you know, like, because love isn't always delicate and easy going. Like sometimes it is rough and tough. You know, you need that tough love to be like, yo, like this is really fuck it up, or like just kind of just spit it out in a rough tone because like sometimes you can't say something with the sunflowers and the roses. It can't be all delicate and how you word it. It's gotta have some aggression behind it because like in a lot of instances, people respond to the aggression more than they respond to the more delicate. Yo, this is where you need to, you know, I'm trying to be understanding. And like more times than not, you're gonna get a quicker response and a real change of action from an aggressive tone. Like they're gonna hear and be like, okay, you know.
Yeah.
And it's going. I don't know for whatever reason, it just hits like a different part of the brain where it just connects and registers more.
That's true. Get back to these comments though. That African butterfly said, "Look at you two twinning. Is this the new official PVM look?" Hey, listen, you gotta ask Dash. Dash is
Well,
looking pretty down, but Dash done changed his style like several times in the last.
yeah.
So I don't know what's going on. You gotta ask Dash.
No, I'm gonna grow it back. I just, you know, like I said, new chapter, closing old chapters for new beginnings. So I figure I treat it like a garden, destroy it all, just to, you know, grow it again. You know.
Right on. I dig it. I dig it. So, Pretty Rude said, "Reality is harsh." That's a fact.
Yeah, that's a fact. No true words have been said.
You know what I mean? I've had this analogy, if you will, and I always used to say, I mean, not always used to say, but it was something that I developed over the years. I'm like, yo, look, for a seed to grow, it has to push past the soil. You know how much that shit hurts to push past soil? Soil is compact. And yes, you're supposed to be, you know what I mean? You're supposed to break up the soil to allow it to be easy, but you're talking about a baby, a seed, literally, that is just sprouting its arms, that is expected to reach the further throes of its relative position to establish roots before it surfaces, before it breaks the surface. You know how painful that shit gotta be?
Pain is love. Like, yo, I'm glad you took it there because, all right, so I was watching the Breakfast Club interview with Ja Rule. Shout out to Ja, you know, and he was giving some real game about like where the album Pain is Love came from. And he was talking about that because the exact reason that's why it was titled that. Because he was just like, it's about the pain you go through as you're starting a new chapter, as you're growing, as you're evolving. He was like, that's love. He was just like, and that's where I was hitting at. And I love that because that's really true. Like, you do gotta go through the tough times. Like, if you aren't going through the tough times, you're not changing because you need that adversity to pull something new out of you, to inspire something new out of you, to force you to evolve in ways that you hadn't before. Like, the adversity is what builds your character. I'm starting to kind of look on the bright side about all this negative shit that be happening to us, you know, where I'm just like, you know what, it's molding me to get me ready for the next chapter of where we need to be and where we need to evolve into, you know.
Yeah, for real though.
Even the heartache, you know.
Yes, absolutely heartache. Absolutely heartache.
No, get the heart right, you know. Help you understand exactly what you're looking for. Help you be mindful of what to avoid. And it just strengthen up your core and show you how to love those around you, you know, better and more fruitful. Like, teach you more. Well, at least it's been teaching me ways like of how to express my love in a more expressive way than I was before. You know, like even like telling like those around me I love them because like before, well, honestly, I ain't even gonna hold you. Before these last 4 years, I wasn't really telling people I love them. You know, it wasn't really a part of my vocabulary. And you know, like between the death, shotgun, your adversity with your mom, like things with my step pop. It's just like I just want the people around me knowing how much I care for them. Before we at that last chapter. Like that's important. That they get the chance to that you and everybody in my life get the chance to actually smell the flowers and know how much y'all mean to me.
I feel that. I feel that. Let me jump back to these comments though. The butterfly said, "I shut down if you come at me hard. Positive reinforcement is my oxygen and main motivator. I respect that fully. But people who really love me know that and know how to approach me. This is also African butterfly. Someone who doesn't is probably also someone whose unsolicited opinion they can keep to themselves. I fully respect that. I fully respect that."
Yeah, I can respect that too.
Hold on. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Is this going to Philly? All right, thank you.
So we're going to be wrapping up soon, guys. So while Jeide get himself situated, I'm going to shout out the official sponsor for PVM, T-Shirt Mercenary. Those who are expecting T-shirts, they're on the way currently. A few of them going to be dropped off by Kang. Also, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Just search for Positive Vibes Maybe, the TV show. Well, you actually don't even have to put the TV show, but Positive Vibes Maybe. And that search bar, and you'll find us, and we're going to pull right up for you. And then we're going to hit these comments and then give our lasting words. And then we'll let you guys enjoy your night because, we got to enjoy ours. And Jeide, he got to get on the road. And I got to attend to my nephew. So I still can't see the comments besides the last one. It's like the last sentence of it.
I got you. It's all gravy. So before we up out of there, I'm just going to bring in a couple of comments, to the forefront. Miss Luminous said it may just be time to cut the loss and move on. Everyone isn't meant to be a part of your journey. And I feel like there's a hurt inside of that we have to grow from because sometimes we find ourselves attached too much to old connections. We find ourselves attached too much to familiarities and such. And as you grow, you can't attach to something that's so much a part of your past that you refuse to let that go. You know what I mean? Because that's not growth. That's just you just getting bigger.
Yeah. Holding on to the memories and afraid to change,
That's a fact. My mom used to say this all the time when I was young. She was like, yo, it's the difference between growing up and just getting older. You know what I mean? When you grow up here. When you getting older, you just accumulating years.
My grandma actually just said that to me this past Sunday when I was with her at brunch. So I'm glad you said that because that's actually part of what inspired this. You know, it was, you know, taking leaps of faith. You know, doing things I'm scared of, and you know, just remember, you know, I only get one trip at this life thing. You know, so
Right.
embrace each moment and just, you know, make it a better moment. You know.
That's a fact. So before we up out of here, I'm gonna read the last comment. You know what I mean? This conversation, that African butterfly facts at Tion Wells. An arrow can only launch toward by being pulled back first. Bad times are prepping you to launch to greatness.
That's a perfect way to end the show. That's gonna be my last word. Thank you, that African butterfly.
That's my last word too. Hey, listen, same time, same place. This Sunday, 7 p.m. We're gonna have the lovely Flo CC Flo, writer, poet, that's gonna be chilling with us. Is gonna be performing some of her pieces. Dash and I are gonna have some pieces too. We're gonna have a nice another poetry night. So make sure that y'all got your vices and all y'all accomplices as far as whatever helps with your groove. And just tune in to some fly shit and some fly talk so that we can get down to some nuances, new shit, things of that nature. You know what I mean?
Something's happened. 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Positive vibes, maybe. Y'all enjoy y'all night.